Hello, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is one that I've been meaning to make for quite some time now, since we came back off our Alaska cruise in May. It's something which a few people said they would be interested in hearing about, and it's actually about the zero proof drinks package which we had on the cruise. So if I do look down, it's because I've got my phone and it's got a few reminders that I am not to forget to tell you all about. But if you haven't seen our cruise vlogs, we went to Alaska in May. It doesn't feel that long ago, but at the same time feels ages ago now. And we decided that we would pay for the zero proof drinks package. In our mind, the reasons why we did it is because we thought with budgeting for the trip, it helps, as we knew that up front we paid for the soft drinks that we were going to have. So when we'd go to dinner, or when we would just fancy a hot chocolate or anything like that, we would just hand our sea pass over, and we knew it wasn't, you know, going on the bill. We'd already settled and paid that basically. That was our main reason for doing it, because we thought we would get good use out of it. And this video is basically just going to say, did we get good use out of it? Was it good value for money? Would we do it again? Everything like that basically. So as we go through the video, I'll try and add some clips here and there of some of the drinks that we did have. A vitamin water was a personal favourite of mine, and finding different flavours of that, as I don't really like fizzy drinks. But yeah, this video is all going to be about the zero proof package, and if we thought it was good value and if we would do it again. We bought the package quite close to when we were going to go on the cruise, because we were umming and ahhing about it. And we did get, I think it was a 5% discount if you bought it in advance of the cruise, but always check the app. We went with Celebrity, I probably should have said that, but on Celebrity they have an app which is really great. You can book excursions on it, you can use it when you're on the cruise ship, you can get your bill on it as well to keep track of everything that you spend whilst on board, and then it has, you know, about Wi-Fi, drinks, etc. Which is really good. So we used the app a lot, so we just kept checking the app to see if any other extra money came off, and I think from memory it was 5%. So I'll just have a look and tell you what we paid. So we paid per, is that per person? Per person, it was 192, yeah, £192 per person for our drinks on board our 7-night cruise. That's how much it was. So roughly that was about £27 each that we had to, well, we didn't have to, but we wanted to make sure we'd spent £27 roughly each day on soft drinks, which is actually quite a lot. When you don't know how much the drinks are on board, we kind of had to estimate, look at the vlogs to see, you know, how much our drinks are we gonna get good value for money here. But because we knew how much we'd paid and how much roughly we had to spend, we made sure that we were drinking enough. We were very hydrated on this trip, and we varied it as well. You know, we'd have I'd have hot chocolates, or my partner would have caramel macchiatos or different coffees. We'd make sure we'd have mineral waters, mocktails. So if we were going for dinner, we'd have mocktails, and then we would pay out of pocket for a cocktail a night, just because the alcoholic option really wasn't suitable for us. The amount that we would have had to pay for the alcoholic package, I just wouldn't have drunk that much, to be honest, so it wouldn't have been good value for money. Whereas with the zero proof one, we went in with the idea of, you know, we'll be able to drink that much basically. And what I did each day was I wrote down each drink we had. It only took a minute, it sounds like quite a long list, but how much, what drink we had and how much it was basically. So where to start? Zero proof package allows you to have soft drinks such as all of the fizzy drinks basically, Sprite, Pepsi, Coke, whatever, all luxury hot chocolates, coffees, teas that you could get at Cafe Al Bacio, not the alcoholic ones. But I would get a hot chocolate most days, especially with those early mornings when it's colder. And then, so yeah, you've got your fizzy drinks, you've got your posh coffees, teas, hot chocolates. You also have bottled water as well, and vitamin water, which was my favourite, that you could get at all the places. So you could get that, order it at the buffet, you could get it at the pool bar, you could get it in all the bars basically, which was great. And then you just hand your sea pass over and they charge you for that. well, they scan your card to check that you've got a drinks package. If you didn't have a drinks package, which our other half of the family didn't have a drinks package, so whenever we weren't at the buffet, they had to pay for the drinks with their C-Pass. So kind of the same situation, they would hand their C-Pass over, but then the waiter would come back over and they had to sign for the amount that they were being charged for their drink. It was really interesting from our point of view because we had the drinks package and they didn't, to see actually how much difference did we have, and we were drinking a lot more, mainly because we felt we had to, because we'd got the drinks package. So it did make us drink, I would say, if you're stubborn and want to get value for money. But I'll go through day by day what spending. Obviously on board ship it was all in dollars, so depending on the exchange rate it varied. So the first day, obviously we don't get on until, well, it varies, but we didn't get on board till about 12, so we actually had an underspend on the first day. We still had all of these drinks, so a mocktail, a Coke, 2 waters, a hot chocolate, 2 more waters, a vitamin water, another vitamin water, a mocktail, all on that first day, and that was an underspend. And we did buy 1 cocktail each because they're not included in the 0 proof package. The next day was a sea day from memory, and we did spend on this one. So it was mainly vitamin waters, cappuccinos, mocktails. The majority of mocktails on my list were $5 or $6. Diet Cokes were $4, water was $4, and the cappuccino was $4. So going forward, now I know some of the prices. Obviously these are May 2023, they are subject to change, but now I know some of the prices. I would consider, if I had to pay for a drinks package, actually, should I do that, should I not? Because for budgeting purposes, for us it was great knowing that it was all paid for up front, but also it made us drink because we were like, well, we've paid for it, we need to have another drink. But actually, did we need all those drinks? Maybe not. So I would think twice about it if it wasn't included in the package. The next day we spent over, and when I say we spent over, on the days, there was only one day when we spent maybe like £15 over the amount. The others were like we were breaking even basically. And again, I think that's because we were being stubborn and wanted to make sure we were getting that value for money. So yeah, the next day, common themes are hot chocolates, posh coffees, vitamin waters basically. We had a few Diet Cokes, but I don't drink fizzy, so that was my partner. But yeah, I would say there was the odd day where we either had 2 coffees or 2 hot chocolates if it was like a 5 AM start in the morning. But what I would say, on the days where we had an excursion, you could take bottled water off. So we would take bottled water off, but then during that whole time you're off the ship, you're not then using your drinks package. And then we would usually come on and get a drink as soon as we came back on. But if you're on a cruise where there's loads of activity days where you're not at sea, you might not actually get as good value for money because you're going to be off the ship a lot, especially if you've got excursions booked. So that's something to know. We knew when we would be off the ship, but we just tried to make up for that during the evening and the afternoon. And yeah, as we went through, so the last night we spent the most, so we spent $70 in that day on drinks alone. And again, I think that's because it was our last night and we wanted to make sure we were spending, getting enough drinks for value for money. But by the looks of it, I had the 7 days, we had 4 overspends, so we bought more drinks than the cost of the drinks package for the 2 of us. And then the other 3 days were underspend, but one of them was only underspend by a couple of pound. And by underspend on the other days, I mean we were, maybe the first day was the most underspend, where we were about £10 less, but it's probably balanced out with the days that we were over. So I think we broke even with the 0 proof drinks package. If you can get a drinks package included in your package when you book your cruise, I think that's great. We're actually going on an upcoming cruise very soon when you're watching this, and we have the alcoholic drinks package, the alcoholic drinks package included, but because we booked this cruise quite early, it was an all-in package, so we've got that included. So it'll be interesting to see actually how many drinks we have. I'm going to do a similar tally how many drinks we have on this cruise, because this cruise does have a good few sea days, so we'll see if that's good value for money, even though this one was included, because it's got the alcohol in. It'll be interesting to see the prices of those. I did scan a few menus while I was there, but they weren't that badly priced, I didn't think. Some of the cocktails, I had a few strawberry daiquiris, some mojitos. I can't remember the price off the top of my head, but I don't think they were too bad. So if you're someone who likes the odd cocktail, then maybe don't go for a drinks package, get your drinks and pay for them as and when. But also remember, you've got drinks of water included on your dining tables, and you also have the buffet where you can get juices as well and water included. They don't cost any extra. And you can also bring 2 bottles of, I think, wine, possibly other alcohol, you'd have to check with your cruise line, onto the ship. You just have to pay for the corkage. So that's something as well that you could possibly do. In regards to whether I would pay for the zero proof package again, I guess I can go into pros and cons. The pros of the package are that we paid up front, so we knew going in that all of our drinks, apart from the alcoholic ones, were paid for, and we could have whatever, whenever, in lots of different amounts basically. That was nice knowing from a budgeting perspective. It was also nice knowing that we'd saved a little bit of money, because I think there was 5% off the drinks package compared to if we bought it on board, so that was nice. The cons, I would say, are we felt like we had to drink maybe when we, or we felt we had to always order a drink when we were, I don't know, playing cards or this and that, which, you know, it's not a bad thing to stay hydrated. I definitely don't drink enough water and stuff in the day normally, so it did make me do that. But we also felt like we had to do that because we'd paid for the drinks package beforehand, so we wanted to make sure we got our money's worth. Another con of the drinks package is you can get your drinks such as apple juice, orange juice, water from self-service machines on the buffet, so you don't have to order drinks and pay for them. You do have them there. So if you had like the Robinson's Squirty Squash, you could get a water from there for free and then put that in if you could bring one of those from home with you, and then you know you haven't had to pay for any extra drinks then if you just fancy squash. I would say from our perspective, a con is that we did like having a cocktail, only one really, with dinner or after dinner, and so obviously we were paying out of pocket for that in addition to have already paid for the zero proof package. But what we used to do was we would have a mocktail with dinner, and then after dinner or before dinner we would have had the cocktail. So yeah, knowing that you've paid for the drinks package and then also paying for an alcoholic drink on top, it was like, oh, that's quite a lot on drinks really. I also think I read that if you're in a cabin together, both people, or however many people in that cabin, have to have the drinks package, so one can't have it without the other. I'm guessing so that's so people don't just get drinks and they both share. If that is the case, I don't think that's, I get it, but what if one person likes a lot of alcohol and one doesn't, or vice versa? So if that is the rule still, I'm not a massive fan of that. I liked the flexibility with the drinks plan. I liked that, you know, we could just go wherever, hand our card over, it was easy. We knew that it wasn't racking up on our bill, because on a cruise it's so easy just to keep handing your card over, because you never deal with cash, you never pay your debit card or your credit card, you're always just handing your card over, your CPAS, and that bill can mount up quite quickly. So it was nice knowing that that wasn't doing that with drinks. Which was good. Another pro was if you like nice coffees. The coffees, I've been told, I don't like coffee myself, but the coffees from Cafe Al Bacio were nice, and I know my partner liked knowing that he was always going to have a nice coffee every day. They do have, you know, tea and coffee at the buffet stations, and if you order it to your room, you can also order hot chocolate to your room, so that's a tip. If you like a hot chocolate but don't want to pay, you could order it at breakfast and you'll get a ton of it, and that will be included. So yeah, I feel like I've gone in and out with the pros and cons there. So from our perspective, I would say we enjoyed having the ease of having a drink, like a zero proof drink, whenever, wherever. We didn't feel, from a lazy perspective, we could just get one wherever. We weren't like, oh, we need to go to the buffet to get a free one because we were on the drinks package. We liked that. I think the thing that we both came away feeling was we felt we needed to get our money's worth. So if you can get a cruise deal where your drinks are included, then I think you're on for a winner there, because you feel like then, oh, it was already included, so I'm not paying for that on top. So I would recommend looking for those early deals where they have drinks included, and it might not be necessary, especially if you're on a lot of excursions as well, or plan on eating at the buffet a lot rather than the main restaurant. We always had water on our tables in the main restaurant as well. So I guess I go back and forward with the drinks plan. I think for ease, it's fantastic because it's just easy. You hand your card over, your bill's not going up. But I also think it's easy to underspend on it unless you're drinking a lot of soft drinks all the time to stay hydrated. Our cruise ship wasn't, we went to Alaska, so it wasn't boiling all the time. Maybe if you were on a hot cruise and and had a lot of sea days and needed to drink loads and loads, it would have helped. But I think going forward, if I could get a drinks plan included, great, that's fantastic. I don't know if I would pay for one again, or now that I'm saying it, I'm still not sure, but I don't think I would pay for a drinks package again. I would be intrigued to see if I went on another 7-day night cruise, how much we spend on drinks. So yeah, that's my conclusion for the drinks packages. As you can see, I've definitely gone backwards and forwards with it. They're great if you want that more all-inclusive feel, but also you don't have to get a drinks package. You do have drinks at the buffet, like I said, juices and water. So if you aren't fussy with your drinks, then, you know, stick to that. We've got family members who stuck to that and they felt like they had loads to drink all the time, and they didn't mind having to go to the buffet to get a drink, or, you know, paying for the odd hot chocolate or odd specialty drink. They didn't mind at all. I would just say when you're buying stuff on the ship and that's just not related to drinks, anything, just keep an eye on your bill, because you want to make sure you're being charged correctly, and also you don't want to be hit with the shock when you get trying to even up your bill at the end of the cruise and pay it off. You want to make sure that it's not a shock and you think, oh gosh, I've actually spent a lot of money. So research into it when you're looking at your cruises and see if drinks plans can be included. Look at vlogs to see actually how much are drinks on the cruise ship. I tried to do that. I looked at some vlogs, but some of them were a few years ago, so I wasn't sure if the prices would increase. But I found that actually the drinks weren't too expensive on board. It's nice for us not having that shock with the bill at the end. It was nice knowing it was already paid for, which was really good. So yeah, I think that's my conclusion of the drinks packages. We had a great time on the cruise and made sure we tried to get our money's worth. I think we broke even basically. But if you're going on a cruise soon or a holiday soon, I hope you have a fantastic time. I will have some new cruise vlogs coming later this year. So we are going on a cruise soon. It's very exciting. I won't say where we're going, but just stay tuned for those vlogs. And like I said, on this next cruise is a 10-night cruise, and we do have a different drinks package. We have a different room style to an extent as well. It's a different ship, but it is with Celebrity. So I look forward to taking you along on those vlogs and videos. But if you have any questions about the Zero Proof package, please let me know in the question comment section below, and I'll get back to you. And if you haven't watched the Alaska series, I'll link the playlist below. And if you have, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it, and I look forward to seeing you on our next vlog. So see you all soon. Thanks.